one image called the world to action on a humanitarian crisis. Yesterday, NDP leader Tom Mulcair referred to another gut-wrenching photo of a child that captured the world's attention during the Vietnam War. There it is there. That iconic photo of a 9-year-old girl running up a village road, severely wounded by napalm, won a Pulitzer Prize in 1972 and was said to change the course of that conflict. That girl grew up, she went to medical school, and she now makes her home in Canada. She issued a statement about the photo of Syrian toddler Alan Kurdi. She wrote, "I cried so much when I saw the terrible photograph of the young boy who drowned trying to reach a safe shore with his family. I hope this powerful picture will wake up the world. I wish our governments would act swiftly and generously to open their borders, their homes, their hearts to our fellow human beings who are suffering and so desperate. Canada did this with the boat people 35 years ago. We can do it again." Joining me now from Toronto, one of those Vietnamese boat people. He and a group of friends are now working together to try and sponsor Syrian refugees to come to Canada. James Nguyen, welcome to PNP. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Rosemary.
So tell me a little bit about your experience. How old were you when you came to Canada? How did you get here?
Well, my family and I, we left in late 1980. We went by boat. We fled Vietnam. We stayed in a Malaysian refugee camp for about 6 months, and then Canada accepted us in 1981. I think it was March or February of 1981. And I was a little bit older than that little boy, Alan Kurdi. So when I saw those pictures, myself, my friends, and the Vietnamese community, which I'm an active member of, we were very heartbroken, and we're looking to do whatever we can to help the Syrian refugees.
Well, we'll get to that. But let me ask you one more question. Do you remember anything about that time, that travel on the boat, that time in the refugee camp?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
We were on the boat for about 5 days, 4 nights. This was during the Southeast China, the East China Sea, and. We didn't have much to eat. It was just limes, and we were very desperate. And we encountered Thai pirates, and luckily we came ashore in Malaysia and finally in Canada.
So you saw this. You're watching this unfold, and you decide that you want to sponsor Syrian refugees. Tell me why this is important to you.
Well, it's not just myself. It's my friends Lee Luong and Tom Tang. We're working with an organization that has experience in the Vietnamese community, Voice Canada, with their president, Mr. Kian Do. So we thought that, it's a way for us to give back because, like you said in your introductory, 35 years ago, Canada generously accepted as 50 to 60,000 Vietnamese refugees. So, I'm very fortunate to live in this great country, and my friends and I and our community thought that of all the people that have come in the last 40 years to Canada, the Vietnamese people would be the most sympathetic, and this is a great way for myself and my community to give back to help these desperate Syrian refugees.
So what are you doing? How are you raising the money? How much are you trying to raise?
Well, our initial goal is to raise 100,000 because we're working with Lifeline Syria. Yep. I know you've been interviewing with Alexandra Kotik. So yep. Lifeline Syria is going to be coordinating this. So we're having a big launch on Saturday, October 3rd, somewhere in North York, Toronto. And we got an international Vietnamese celebrity. He's coming on his own dime. He's not getting any appearance fees. Yeah. I called him the other day, and he said, "James, you know what? When you called me, he was heartbroken when he saw that picture that splashed throughout the international media, and he said, I'm there for you." So he booked his flight this morning, and he's coming here on the Friday before. And so we're going to raise 100,000 initially to sponsor 3 families. And whatever we can raise after that, it's our 6 to 9 months goal. And we will do it mostly through our Vietnamese contacts, our colleagues, and all of our friends and family.
So let me end with this. Do you think that Canadians are as generous as they were when you arrived here all those years ago? And what more would you like to see the Canadian government do to help these people?
Well, that question is very interesting, Rosemary, because when you say Canadians as generous, 35, 40 years ago, the Vietnam War was heavily on TV and newspapers and radio. Yes, the Syrian crisis is on, the media, but we are so inundated with so much media that we get kind of drowned out with the Syrian situation. I hope that, I think that Canadians are by nature very generous, as they were when we came 35 years ago. And I think it's just that we need to get the story out, and your show and other shows like this, it's a great like public exposure. In terms of the government, right? I know that it's hard to say with the government because they're getting their criticisms and whatnot. Just from what I can see is I hope that 35 years ago, what the Canadian government did was that they sent immigration consultants or immigration officers to the actual refugee camps to do the interviews. So I plead with the Canadian government to send like immigration officers to these refugee camps, because it's not up to Canada's, it's not up to us, it's UNHCR that has to verify that these are truly refugees. So can the government do better? Of course, but I'm sure that if the media, the public can kind of urge on all of our politicians in the midst of this election campaign that regardless of whoever wins the election on October 19th, that they continue to strive to push Canadian humanitarian efforts.
James Nguyen, what a pleasure. Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Rosemary.
Okay.